silver spoon in his mouth. He was born with one. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
He was.
And a butt plug up his bum.
That would be an uncomfortable birth.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. You want to know how your mum got it there. You have to ask a few questions to your mum, wouldn't you? But Mum, what happened?
There was some story I saw, and I think it's a true one. Someone had lost their their wedding ring while gardening for years, right? Lost it. And then like many years later, they were just digging some vegetables and a carrot had grown through the ring. And so the ring was around the carrot and they found it again.
Okay.
That's called a cock ring.
Hey, all the way from Croatia.
Hey, it's Croatia, man.
We're in Holland at the moment.
Oh, hey. On the way back.
Yeah.
We even get Mark. I thought we're not going to see Mark, so I'm not going to dig out my Obnoxio the Clown versus the
I wouldn't say the Clown.
What? You found any more comic shops while you've been there?
No. Couldn't find a comic shop in Croatia. No. So just the one which I did on the way out in Holland.
Wow.
Right.
Well, while everybody's paying attention, I got a piece of trivia.
I'm not paying attention. Okay, I am now. Okay, go ahead.
There's a piece of trivia. This comic book is the first appearance of a character that first actually appeared in 1967 and also somewhere else, and yet categorically this is their first appearance. Who is it?
Lorna.
And the comic itself should be a dead giveaway.
Well, show it again.
Sorry, should we give away? What should be a giveaway?
The comic book itself.
I can't see all the faces.
Well, I know all those characters on the cover, and I don't. All of those had appearances way before.
Do you know what this book is?
It's an animated
Adventures
series.
#1.
Yeah,
it's the adaptation of
the cartoon.
Of the cartoon.
Morph.
And a character, huh?
Morph.
Blink.
Yep.
Blink.
There it is.
More
got it.
More 67.
This is the first appearance of Morph in comics, even though he was Changeling in 1967. And he first appeared in the cartoon. He shares the same name, but this is the first appearance of Morph.
Wow. Good one, Kyle.
Or of Changeling name Morph.
Yeah, Changeling shared the same name, and that's why I was looking for my Obnoxio comic and had to give up because I'd gone through too many boxes. And I thought, well, I'll pull that out for a piece of trivia.
Oh, I still don't get it, to be honest. So he just takes the same character appeared in 67, but he had a new name. That's all in that comic.
No, they actually he ends up being from a different universe, and then coming to ours, but it's the same character name. So Changeling shares the Richard, whatever his name is.
So the cartoon changed the actual character, so it's not the same character.
Without changing the character.
Without changing the character.
It's utterly confusing and stupid, but that's technically Morph's first appearance in comics.
Well, once again, Kyle, I am no more elucidated by what you're talking about at the end of the sentence than I was at the beginning of the sentence. This is like one of your jokes all over again, or like one of your that you have to fire a million guesses out before you let us know what actually is going on. It's like, what the heck?
Folks,
I just don't get that.
You don't even know this, but poetry it's tedious. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's tedious. You don't.
But it's tedious on purpose.
Well, no, I know that.
So it serves its purpose.
That's the genre. I'm just saying, you know.
I meant to copy and paste and share the one I wrote for Graham the other day. Oh my God! I thought it was one of my best.
It's a poem.
You written one of your PSA? You video one of your PSAs?
Oh, just a bit about Chernobyl, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Literally, you have to like when Carl tells a joke, like you have to like ask him what exactly is the punchline, what it means, where the joke lies within it, because otherwise it just looks like some random postings of like word salad that he's come out. He had the word chair and noble, and so I was supposed to get from that it was talking about Chernobyl, something like that. And it was like, was it chair and noble you put? And I'm like, what? What's he talking about? Just looking at a few other words, like fallout. And I just like the one about when I showed when I did the advert for Count Dante, and you said, did you know his first name is Al and he's a firm biter? And I thought, what's that supposed to mean? Like a pillow biter? Are you trying to say he's gay or something? Then I realized al dente. He was trying to make a joke on al dente. It was like it took me a bit on that one though, but it was like okay, al dente. You're right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's almost amusing if you think about it long enough.
Al dente.
Oh,
No
dear.
wine tonight, Mark.
Sorry? Yeah,
No
I've got
wine
some. We're
tonight?
celebrating my. We've got some fizz because it's my daughter's
26th.
My wife's telling me which birthday it is. It's their 26th birthday.
That's interesting because Lisa's son is 30 today.
Wow. Okay, they've got the same birthday as my daughter's.
Yeah, that's why I'm having. That's why I'm having a beer tonight. I normally only have a beer on a Saturday.
It's a good excuse, isn't it? Kids' birthdays.
Exactly. It was Lisa's idea. I don't say no. Feedback has stopped now. Apparently, there's some feedback. Oh, we've got 3 people watching. Well, I say, anyone bought anything new? I haven't got anything to show, so I'm like just gonna sit here and I'm gonna have my dinner in about 10 minutes. So I've got nothing to show.
So, Darren,
yo,
you are a complete lunatic. Inverness and back in one day. 900 miles. That is absolute madness.
So every one of them comics at top whack to get his petrol money back, isn't he?
Yeah, and sadly, he didn't make any money hardly off. I mean, it was a shit collection, right?
The feedback started again when Bill sat down.
We're not hearing any feedback.
Yeah, Bill, the feedback's coming from you.
I'm not hearing any feedback.
But they're having power surges.
Yeah.
And when I was off, I listened to it on YouTube and I could hear just the same on YouTube. So I know that it's a real thing.
Is it off now?
It's like an echo.
I can't hear
like
any feedback.
But it's really like
I can't hear any echo or any feedback from my end.
electronic and fuzzy echo.
It's gone.
Has Bill been replaced with a robot duplicate? Are you a life model decoy, Bill?
I do not compute. Do not compute.
It's like a vibration.
Is it gone now?
It's like a vibration.
Is it gone now?
No, it's picking up. It's showing up on everybody and picking up. So.
Okay, that's not from me then. I did have a speaker problem.
Dude, let me quickly mute Bill and see if it gets better for everybody else. Right,
yeah, okay, so let's try now.
I've muted Bill.
Oh, there's a
I don't know.
I wasn't getting anything anyway, so it made no difference to me.
There is a tiny little bit, yeah.
No.
Well, maybe it's not, Bill.
I think it was
I'm going to mute myself.
It might be Gray.
So we try muting us all one by one, see if we can figure it out. Because I've heard this before.
Gray. It's not you, Gray.
It's not you.
Let's mute Carl and then forget that we've done it.
Okay, so can we hear anything now? Speak.
No.
Yeah, I still can.
Well, I hear feedback.
It's probably Darren after all this.
No, because I left, didn't I? I can still hear it. Oh, yeah. Is it Mark? Is it Mark? Hold on. Now. You know what? It could be Mark. I think it's Mark.
That's the thing.
What do you mean? I'm on my iPhone in my motorhome. It's probably not the world's best environment.
I'm betting it's not Mark.
I can't hear anything.
I wonder if, Mark, it's just that you're in a very enclosed space and it's bouncing back off the wall.
Well, there's just a touch of tinny feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Right, let's mute Darren and see if it was him.
Okay.
That's brilliant. I can't hear him at all now.
Yeah.
that annoying sort of Doncaster accident.
Huge improvement. Huge.
You know what? I didn't hear it.
If I could just mute Darren and then kill his camera as well. It'd be
I didn't hear the feedback when we muted Darren. No offense, but no.
So yes. Anyway, back to before the feedback. Yes, Mark. So basically, I set off at 7:30 in the morning. I had a beautiful run. It's like so it took me up the a couple of motorways, then over at Scotch Corner to the Glasgow side.
Yeah.
And at that point, you hit the M6, and it's just like you do 100 miles on the M6, and it changes to the A9, and you do 100 miles on the A9, and you're there.
Yay, Scotty! Oh, you got Albedo number 2. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
That is a big book.
It's a huge book. It's the biggest book of the 80s.
Wow.
It's the best comic book of the 80s. Albedo? What's Albedo? Never heard of it.
It's an anthropomorphic. It's kind of the start of the whole furry thing.
Sledgehammer number 1.
Okay, well, I have to disagree with you, Scotty. And
is that based on the TV show? Wasn't there a TV show?
Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
It was great.
We've had like five of them. We've had like 5 of them in the store, and sometimes we can't sell them. I don't know if we have any right now, but I don't think that's a grail, buddy. But hey, man.
Well, that Sledgehammer came out on UK TV when I was collecting comics, and I enjoyed the show when I bought the comics straight off the newsstand.
And I know the guy. I know the guy who created the show when I think he was only like 23 or 24, and he was best friends with Marty Feldman, and Marty Feldman kind of got him the gig.
I just remembered about a month ago.
Marty Feldman, the guy with
show
the
us some of your art.
What's that?
Yeah.
You look just like him, Mark.
There you go. It's all about Grail Comics. I love Skate Man. I can't give him a hard time for Sledgehammer.
His Grail.
Even though that does bear striking resemblance to what I named.
Scotty, then that's all that matters.
Years ago.
Scotty, while he's
all that matters is that I won cover slingers again.
Scotty, he recently showed up on Succession. He was a major character on Succession with Brian Cox. So as long as he's still alive, we could probably do. I don't want to do a reboot. I want the same Sledgehammer. I want to see Sledge in his later days.
My John Thomas got nicknamed the Slaghammer in the 80s.
And so did the former singer for Genesis. What's his name?
Peter Gabriel.
Sledgehammer. Thank you. It's a great video, actually.
Okay. Oh my God. Descended into chaos so quickly.
I know. It doesn't take long when all 5 of us are on board. I'm so glad to have Mark here as I point downward because that's where he is.
I'm back next week. I might have to show you some comics. I've got loads coming in.
Yay!
Have you had a whatnot delivery? No, whatnot.
Thackeray. I've got one waiting. Yeah, it should arrive at home tomorrow and the next day. Yeah.
You should have a prize winning from me that I got like a couple of months ago now. I'm not even sure what's in it though.
Okay,
Mark, when will you be home?
Remind me, what is it you've got in there, Gray?
It's some kind of prize winner. There's a channel called Bizarre Brain Comics, and I won his prize, but he just said some comics. He didn't say what they were, and I think there's a little bit of art that he's done as well. So they'll probably be next to some art that he's done for me.
I'll put that to one side when I forget it.
Yeah, it's probably nothing that you'll even be interested in. I don't know. He just said some comics. That's all he said. But Peter Gabriel dressing room. What the hell are we? Oh, you nicked that off his wall, did you, Kyle?
Bill, you're not even looking.
Brian.
I am now. I mean, I'm trying to keep up with stuff. Oh my God, dude, that's so freaking cool. Oh my God.
There's actually 5 people watching us tonight. Wow, that's unusual.
Wow.
It's probably Darren got a couple of screens open showing it at the same time.
If we get one more person watching,
I've got one.
Hey, Brian.
Innit?
My mom was going to try and peek in a little bit here.
It went down to 4 as soon as I said it. So, like, I was speaking too soon. Dude,
it's so hot here. It's freaking me out.
What I want to know, how come your house hasn't been hit by a tornado?
Because no, we're South Texas, but what's so weird is we had a power outage today in the store until like 20 minutes before we came on today, which is like almost 4 hours. And it's crazy because we didn't get hit with anything last night. And I'm not sure why we would have major power outages. And we do in certain zones, and of course the store is in the zone. But what sucks is that it's getting up to, it was said 95. It's only gotten up to 91 so far today. But our AC was off the whole time. So the AC came back on like.
Hope your comics don't melt.
Huh?
Hope your comics don't melt.
Oh, they won't. The comics are resilient for the most part, you know. The heat and they're protected. And
until you reach Fahrenheit 691 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
451. 451. 663.
What I want to know is why there are people who live in a place called Tornado Alley or whatever it's called. Tornado. So if I lived in somewhere called Tornado Alley, I'd move pretty soon.
Hi, Mrs. Oldroyd.
You know what I mean? Have they not got the common sense? It's like
they don't have common sense.
You know,
but we have tornadoes in Texas too.
Or bloody murder alley or something.
We're right under Oklahoma. So we get them too, and we've got them in San Antonio a few times, but it's very rare. Scotty, my comics stay in the shed. My comics are talking about. Dude, Scotty, you need to do more than that. I hate to tell you that. You need to do more. I mean, depending on where you live, if you live in Finland, you're fine.
He's in near Myrtle Beach, I think he is.
In Australia?
Oh, he's in America somewhere.
Pretty hot down there. He might not be
Myrtle
okay.
Beach, I think he says. There's a comic shop that he goes to. I think he said it's Myrtle Beach, but I could be wrong.
Myrtle Beach.
Isn't that far away in time, Myrtle Beach?
Here,
Beach? Is it? No, it's Echo Beach, isn't it?
Mark, what time is it where you are now? Holland.
So in Holland, it's 9:15.
Oh, okay. So you're later than we are.
UK.
So we're an hour difference in the UK.
Have you had some herbal cookies or brownies, whatever they're called?
I do usually get those in Amsterdam, but we haven't been to Amsterdam, so I haven't had any herbal brownies. I did last time I went to Amsterdam. I did, yeah. But I've got a strange disease that means that cannabis doesn't affect me.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Weird.
Well, my ADHD means that nothing anything speed wise slows me down and makes me normal. So that's why I take Adderall, which that's why in college Coke did nothing. I know. I'm with you, Mark. That sucks. Sorry that you have that.
So Darren, when is Splat Comics going to be? Have you put all your new stock online yet?
It's not even sorted out our piles yet.
I've done nothing. I'll tell you what I've done.
Okay.
I finished the last sort of sales and stuff in. I posted the last orders on about the 10th of January, remember, from all the sales. Then I was absolutely knackered, so I said I'm going to take a couple of weeks off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it was about the end of April. So my couple of weeks off lasted 3.5 months. And then I had my operation.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm gonna get everything sorted while I'm recovering from my operation. But while I was recovering, I was in too much discomfort and pain to do anything. So that was another month gone. And I've been right within myself probably for about 10 days now.
Okay,
and
good.
And I've not really done anything in those 10 days either. Although I kind of have. What I did was, the problem is that after the operation got sorted, sitting down for more than half an hour was quite painful. It would have an effect. And so the problem is, to process stuff onto the shop, I need to sit down like solid.
Mark.
So
Mark,
I went gardening. So I've done all my gardening.
Mark, cheers me.
Cheers.
So I've done a load of gardening. That's standing up
or whatever it's called.
Yes.
And so the next job is
back because I can hear it. Can you hear
it?
Again?
Still a little. I think it's just Mark because he's in an enclosed place, but it's not.
No, it's Klaus is washing up.
Decided to go off again. That's why I'm wondering.
And so I've got about another 3 or 4 days worth of gardening to do.
I miss Oldroyd. I forget her name. I would call her by her first name.
Hey, she's on with us virtually. It's Mark's Dutchy Claire.
And then the next thing is I'm going to clear this room my upstairs room. And once it's cleared of everything except your guys' piles get sorted out. That's the next job. And then once your guys' piles get sorted out, then it's time to sort out everything on the shop. But I've got one more collection I might buy in a week or so's time, which is only a small one, but it's a good one. And I've already segregated all the Marvel stuff. So I've got the Marvel stuff in like 4 alphanumeric sequences. It all needs grading and bagging and boarding and taking out the crappy old bags that it's already in. And then, like, I call it a mega merge when I merge them all together to get one alphanumeric sequence. There's at least 10,000 comics of Marvel in that bunch. Financially, that's the most important thing to get onto the shop, because Marvel has got the highest price and it sells the fastest.
Yeah.
So if I did nothing else, if my money runs out and I have to go selling, then at least I need to have the Marvel done. So Marvel comes first. Following Marvel will be DC, and if I'm still running after DC, then it'll be the Indies after that. So that's
I'd have to tell you, Darren. I'll tell you what I think's the hottest item at the moment. So you know the Warwick sales. So the last 2 of those, I've bought a load of stuff because they're really high quality. They're all bagged and boarded. And the last one, they weren't even meeting the reserves. And I was getting them I was getting sort of like 30, 40 comics for 10 quid.
That's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. So I picked up about 500 comics at the last auction for about 6. Yeah, it was a bit more than you'd pay. I paid about 600 quid, including postage costs. But, you know, some really good stuff there. Sergeant Rock and...
A pound of comic is excellent for that kind of stuff in high grade.
Yeah, and they're all bagged and boarded as well. So you haven't got to buy bags and boards, which is sort of 20.
No, that's even better.
Yeah, so, that's been a real good one for me, is that Warwick from that guy. Awesome. We identified him, didn't we?
Can't remember for sure, yeah.
But nobody's clicked onto it.
Wow, that's just phenomenal. I mean, I since we were, you go in the sale room and you just type comics and you can see everything coming up all over the place. And I've sort of, I have the occasional look, but it's not very often that I actually look that much now, because for me, it doesn't make financial sense to buy through auction and then try and sell it at retail plus some discount. It just doesn't work. You can be a very busy fool, you can make a very small profit, but it takes all your time up. So I only just glance at a few things. I've gone back to sort of my traditional buying route.
Yeah.
Just buying random collections, and you just have to whatever you get, that's what you get. But yeah, that stuff at Warwick was superb. I'm well chuffed that you've got just over £1 a comic is fantastic because I know what some of the stuff like in there was.
Yeah, I mean that's why I went for it because he was really quite picky about grade.
Yeah,
so they're really quite good grade, and
yeah, they are.
you know, they're all bagged and boarded and nicely looked after. You know, so it makes it a lot easier.
I haven't regularly collected comics in 15 years, Scott, but I used to have a budget of $20 a week, $80 a month. So
I sold a few books yesterday and made a decent amount, but I think for all my keys, I think I'm going to take all your advice, and I think I'm going to drive them up to Heritage.
Yeah,
and have them slab them and auction them off.
Yeah, that's what you should do, Bill. Yeah, that's where you'll get the best price.
Basically, it was like, I think that's your best bet. And you've also told me that. Between the two of you, I think that's how I'm going to go because, I mean, this stuff's insane. I mean, it's insane what I've gotten. It's not in perfect condition, but it's not in bad condition. And it's stuff that I wasn't making as much when I was selling it to people here. But then I made a few missteps. But I've never had whoever gets a collection like this. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Well, hey, Bill, before you get a good bollock in for a backstage conversation, since we're live, I got a big question for Mark.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
And I want to see Graham's face because I know there's a face palm coming. But I got a big question for Mark.
Go on.
Do you have Eggs Benedict handy?
Have Eggs Benedict?
Yeah. Do you have Eggs Benedict with you?
I do not have Eggs Benedict with me now.
Well, where have you been spending your holidays? Hollandaise.
I'll roll my eyes for Gray.
I'm too twitchy. I've had that hollandaise stuck in my head since you said you're in Holland.
You're so freaking
Kyle.
I love you, but you're stupid. But and I know
he said he's in Holland. Hollandaise stuck in my head, so I'm like, wordplay on Holland. Eggs Benedict, hollandaise.
Yeah.
Next
brain works like yours, though, Kyle.
Yeah. Do what?
What'd you say, Mark?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Mark?
Thank you, guys.
What'd you say? We didn't hear you.
But I've missed you guys.
Well, we've missed
crazy.
you too.
Hey, here's another question. Can you believe I'm not a stoner? Even though I've run with hippies all my life, that I'm not a stoner and I come up with this shit.
I can't believe it, Kyle.
As a stoner, it's hard.
I definitely cannot believe that. There's roots in your brain that could only have been created by hallucinogenic drugs.
Or cannabis.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, see, I don't touch cannabis. I was big into LSD back then, but
yeah, there you go.
Put a bit of head injury, Mark. Put a bit of head injury.
Yeah, that's
if you want to see a fun head injury, you want to see where my skull was split and cracked right there?
There you go. That's it. That's where he gets his sense of humor from.
That's where the brain fell out.
The hippocampus.
I was just chomping at the bit sitting on that because it's like, I hear those things and my brain goes ding, 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 ding. Eclairs and hollandaise. I want to write a poem about it. Call it Eclairs and Holidays.
Please,
Holidays.
Please do not. Please do not. So,
Graham, Graham, while you're off screen there, you should share my poem with him. You should screenshot my poem that I wrote about. Looks like I got a FedEx man coming up to my house.
I think Kyle's going to be abducted by aliens in a second.
Yes, I think
FedEx
so too.
just pulled up in front of my house.
aliens. But what I was going to say,
when they all the abduction, they probed him so hard it caved his brain in.
Yes, exactly. It brought it back. Yeah, the suction. I mean, wait.
They said this is abnormal
but no.
Turn it.
Yes. So I got some grails, personal grails that I hunting last week, and one of them was Pussycat #1. I don't know if you guys know about that, but Bill Everett did the art for it. Stan Lee wrote it, and it was Marvel's attempt at an adult comic in the vein of Little Annie Fanny, and in the '60s. And it's great. It's great. I've never seen a copy in person. It's got a tear on the front cover, and that's too bad. But it presents well, and I'm happy to have it as my copy.
So what's it called, Bill?
Pussycat.
Okay. Oh yes, I have seen a copy of it. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's very hard to find. I mean,
very hard to find. I've never seen one.
No. I never had either. And what's funny is I told my friend Morris as I was looking through my the back storage part of my car, I was telling him, I go, I have all these magazines. I wonder if there's a Pussycat in there. And 2 magazines later, I pulled one out. I mean, that's why this collection is so freaking weird.
Wow, that's great. That's a comic. I'd really quite like one of those. Yeah.
I got the first Flash and the first Green Lantern.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm going to. Well, that's not the only reason. I think, Mark, you know the other things I've been getting.
Yeah.
All Grail stuff, and I'm very happy. I'm keeping certain comics because I always wanted them, but like a lot of the Fantastic Fours, I'm keeping. A lot of the Spider-Mans, I'm keeping, but everything else. I have to, put a line in the sand on what I want to keep because a lot of stuff doesn't make sense to keep.
I mean, Bill, you've done really well though. I mean, so you need to make.
No, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And Mark, you need to have another session because I want to put some more stuff aside for you that I think you might want. So we can talk when you get back home. But I still have your stack for you, and we'll figure things out. But Kyle, I got to tell you, the kind of I got all these helps and humbugs. Do you know what those are? Kyle, you do, right?
All the what?
Helps and humbugs.
Yeah, I want help #4.
Well, if I have it, I'll send it to you. Why is that?
Well, any of the Cleese issues shot by Gilliam, but I'm pretty sure the main one's #4.
Okay, I didn't know that. So, Mark, have you ever heard of those?
No, I haven't. I don't know those at all.
Help and Humbug were both started by Harvey Kurtzman, who started Mad Magazine. And these were geared more towards adult audiences. And they were somewhere in between Mad and Playboy. And Gloria Steinem was actually the executive assistant and editor on both of them. And she went on to create Ms. Magazine and was probably one of the biggest feminists, the United States ever saw.
Yeah.
And who was the art director?
It was Kurtzman, wasn't it?
Well, who was Kurtzman's art director assistant?
Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam.
Huh? Yeah.
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah,
That's how he met John Cleese. John Cleese was in town doing a touring thing, and they used Cleese for a.
And that's why they're very close. They're very close still, but Eric Idle is kind of on the outs of everybody because he's decided he was going to be a big dick. But that's another story altogether. But Eric Idle's very, very talented. I loved all of the Ruddles and Ruts stuff that he did. But you know, you don't have to be a jerk to people that you've been with for 50 years. You
want to hear a
stuff.
jerk to people story? I'm so mad at my HOA right now. We got a first warning notification that my house paint needs trimmed. My house trim needs painted. Then suddenly these flyers start coming in the mail.
Oh, of course. That's the way it always happens. Yeah, so, no, they're connected to your HOA.
The inspectors, this is the inspector's kid, I can promise you that. This is the inspector's kid. This always happens. They'll cite something, and then randomly a week later they'll say, like, well, your lawn's a little bushy, you need it. And then we'll get these flyers randomly that says, we do lawn care, yada, yada, yada. They cite my painting, and then these things start showing up. It's the biggest fucking racket. It just has me livid right now. I can't wait till my wife gets home and I light in on these people. But speaking of my wife, I have to go blank for a minute because I have to let her know that package just arrived, and then I'll be right back.
So it's just the two of us, just the two of us. I know Gray's there too. So the Inverness.
Yeah.
I got there. I'd been promised by the lady I was talking to that they were all mint. And I was like, you sure? Do you really know what mint is?
I can't believe you drove all that way without having seen photographs first.
Yeah, okay. So we're on air. So I don't want to reveal too much. But what I'm about to reveal is not going to harm anything. So there's a balance to be struck between the price I buy. So there's a balance to be struck about playing dumb to some extent so that you don't educate the owner.
Okay.
And that's basically, so there's certain bits that I leave on trust. And I really, about 3 or 4 times she was so insistent, they were absolutely mint. So I was thinking, well, okay, fair enough then. And I can imagine that they might well be. They're not really old, so got there. And they immediately got there and opened up. It was stored in proper comic boxes. Opened them up. And they were near mint, except for 98% of them have got a Forbidden Planet price sticker on the cover. And I was like, oh.
So let me ask you: are you going to take the stickers off or leave them on?
No, I leave them on. What I do is, if it's a near mint book with a price sticker on, I knock 2 grades off and mark it as fine, and I price it accordingly. And if there's additional damage, then I might drop it down to very good as well.
The stickers were on the comics.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a fun story. If the stickers were on the bags, it wouldn't have been a fun story.
That's ridiculous.
Do you know what? UK stores, some of the UK stores, I could just throttle them. Forbidden Planet was a real shit for doing it. And they used, every kind of sticker has a different kind of gum behind it. Some of them dry up and drop off. Some of them are peelable off. Others are permanent, and you just cannot get them. They're meant to be permanent. Forbidden Planet are the permanent type sort of thing, and they won't come off. There's another one. Nostalgia and Comics in Nottingham used to use stickers as well. They're semi-peel-offable, but you have to work hard at it. And I don't like using any. If ever I have taken a sticker off, I never use any solvent, not even water, because that can leave a trace and be considered restoration. So it either comes off or it doesn't. So after experimenting, trying to peel stickers off so many different types of books, and so because covers are different too. Certain covers you cannot get any sticker off. Certain covers. Luckily, that was just for a couple of years. But basically, I just leave them on there. I price them at fine. It's up to the customer to do what they want. If they want to try and get it off, that's right. So, if anyone is the kind of person that is a sticker getter offer, they can get some amazing deals by coming to me and buying all the fine ones that are actually near mint, take the stickers off, and you've quadrupled your money.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
But anyway, so I said to him, oh my God, I said, like, I can't pay you what I said I was going to pay, because we'd agreed the price up front. I said, I'm going to have to drop it. So I dropped it and still bought them anyway, knowing that I can still stick them all on at fine. And you know what? I'd sooner have, when it comes to Marvel comics, I'd sooner have a fine in stock than nothing at all. And so,
you know, I do the same thing now, Darren. If I've got stickers on, I just leave them on.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's the best thing to do. And I've done that too. You have to make that decision, because you don't want to damage the book, but you also don't want to take the hit. So what do? Well, if it's a high enough book, what I do sometimes is I take a blow dryer and I shoot a little bit of hot air, and in some cases the sticker comes right off, and then I clean it with cleaning supplies, and many times it comes out perfect. But I've had a few missteps too. So I mean, you have to just take a liability kind of situation in hand and decide whether or not you're willing to take that hit if it doesn't come off right. And you guys make the right decision.
Hey,
so Mr. Bond, we meet at last.
Hey, since Scotty and Surly Tim are like chatting it up in the thread there, either one of you two want to come on and show off some comic books? I think Surly Tim's one of your guys, right, Darren?
No, well, he might be.
No.
I don't know who he is.
I've watched a few Surly, and I know Surly Tim.
Okay. Soldier of Fortune. There's a lot of money to be made in that, but it's real dumb.
Thank you for
fun getting shot at for money.
Thank you. Were you ever a soldier of fortune?
I entertained the thought, but I had a kid and said, nah.
He entertained the thought. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was my stupid humor.
There's a lot of money to be had. I could have made $250,000 a year in my sleep doing that, but
my official job is Pussycat Sofa.
Mark, can you pour me a little of that, please? Thank
you.
Pouring for you, Bill. You're such a gentleman, man. You're such a gentleman. So did you and the missus have a really nice time? I hope so.
Yeah, we've had a great time. Yeah.
What's her favorite place that you visited, and what's your favorite place you visited?
Okay, so let me ask her. Right. They want to know what was your favorite place on our trip.
Oh, I think going. Hi, folks. Nice to meet
you. Hey, Mrs. O.
I left a place called Zadar, which was in Croatia.
Zadar. I've never heard of that. It sounds very exotic.
It's quite a bit touristy with the sea organ. Mark can explain that. And I just love the fact that nobody knows about it in England. Great cycle routes, great beach, great pitch, great.
Yeah, that was pretty good. My favourite was called Pratratno, which was a really beautiful beach in Croatia. Again, completely unspoilt, hardly anybody there, and I could go sea swimming every morning, and I love sea swimming.
So
was it a nude beach?
Was there no turds floating in the sea then, Mark?
Absolutely no turds apart from me, and it was the sea was blue.
So
and it was fantastic.
You said it's 9 o'clock at night, yet it looks like it's daylight there still.
Still light, yes. It's 10 now, and it's still light.
That's so crazy. That would never happen in Texas.
Well, you're on the edge of the Arctic Circle, aren't you?
What, in Holland? I don't think
in Holland. Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
Yeah, your geography's worse than your jokes, Carl.
I thought you were. It
That's why you
depends
never
on what
became a
part of
soldier of
Holland, but I
fortune.
thought you were on
got
the edge of
lost
the Arctic
going to
Circle
the
there.
jungle.
I-
Right, has anyone got any questions for Popolina Ballerina?
Yes. Who is your favourite? Is it?
Daddy's my favourite.
My favorite is
Daddy's my favourite because I lie on him all night long.
Gray's my favorite. He feeds me.
I feed her most. I feed her in the morning and the evening. She lies because I'm just like, I'm not working, as you know, I'm just lying on the bed all day, and she lies on top of me all day, basically.
Okay. So, yeah. So you're very cat-like in that you lay around doing nothing all day.
Yeah,
Have
they
lots of
both
naps
have
as well.
slacker tendencies.
I have lots of naps.
That's okay. We still love
I have
him.
more naps than Poppy.
So he's basically one of the grandparents in Willy Wonka, is what he's telling us.
Yeah, not far
Where
off.
they stay in the bed all day, and then suddenly Jack Albertson gets up and says, "I can walk! Yay! Let's go to Willy Wonka."
I lie in bed all day making videos that no one watches.
Boy, that sounds like a really, really good job.
Wow. I wouldn't call it a job. It pays about £30 a month in ad revenue.
It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
I suppose.
I'm just saying. So we have Billy Tan coming in a week. And here, I hope I can show. I don't think I've shown you. If I have shown you, I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn the lights on so you can see it. But these are the paintings that Steve Rude did for us.
Yeah. We did see him a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I did? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the same thing.
Hey, Mark, if you crossbred gerbils and beavers, would they make Amsterdam?
You're stupid. Why do we listen
Surely
to
not. Gerbils and beavers. Surely you got to have a hamster in there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't want to give away the Amsterdam joke.
Yeah.
So I do have to say,
If we crossed beavers and you, we'd get Rotterdam.
oh, I
Beaver.
love that. Oh my God, Rotterdam. Kyle Rotterdam. That's your new name. Kyle Rotterdam. So Billy Tan is coming. Do you guys know who he is?
No.
So
The name sounds familiar.
Billy Tan was the first main artist on X-23, who's Wolverine's daughter, who is featured in Logan, the movie.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so Phil bought a cover that he did, one of his earliest covers for X-23, and he was so grateful.
Albino, Scotty.
He was so grateful that he decided he'd come down here and he'll do a free sketch for anybody, which he normally charges $150 a sketch. He's going to do a free sketch for anyone who buys over $100 at the store.
No, that's good. That's nice.
So hopefully we'll have quite a few sales during those days. We're also going to try to get, I'm pretty sure we will get Dan Brereton. And Dan's a little bit better known than Billy Tan. Not by much, but he paints also.
Well, his Batman covers alone make him popular.
Oh, no. I know. And he did the Nocturnals. He's doing a bunch of stuff. Like when he does a Kickstarter for like $75,000 to $100,000, they fund themselves within a day. That's how popular he is. And
Scotty, your Elefino joke is why I came up with Amsterdam. I had that Elefino joke stuck in my head.
Thank you for that, Kyle. Thank you.
I'm trying to include the audience too.
We're all grateful. Yes, we all do. But yes, you're right. So, Darren, I think you need a new recliner back there.
What, that one? Or the one I'm sitting on?
Oh, I didn't know you were. I always assume you're sitting on a couch.
I am sitting on a couch. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but it's funny you say that because Blanca always calls recliners couches for some strange reason. So that's
What's
really
wrong with that one there?
No, it just looks like you need a new one. It looks like you deserve better.
That's a hand me down from the family. It's been
I
cleaned.
figure. That's how I've gotten most of mine, so I understand. I don't know, Scotty. I don't know.
French.
Voulez-vous
coucher, Scotty? Voulez-vous coucher?
In French? I don't know.
You can show some of these Scottish comics then, Darren.
Oh, cripes. I can show anything. Let's think.
Yeah, we are an hour in and we haven't seen the comic yet.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
I showed a comic. I did. I showed a comic right away.
I haven't got any new ones. There's no point.
I did show one comic.
Let me go grab some out of the car.
I showed X-Men Adventures 1.
Oh, you did. Yes, sorry, Colin. You're right. You did.
Mark, have you got
I had a whole stack of them, but they're just.
Oh yeah. It's not
It'd
the original.
nice
is that Vampirella?
Collected, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's a book with like reprints of the first 7 issues.
No, that's cool.
Those are probably the covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got that book.
Vampirella is my birthday sister. Her first appearance was the same as mine, September 1969.
Do you want it?
I've already got the first issue.
Oh, it's going downstairs.
No, I've got most of the originals.
It's nice.
I learned something new about that. I thought Vampy #1 was Frazetta's last work in comics, but he did a couple more after that.
Do you want to see Scottish comics, or do you want to see some more of that old stuff from the auction, or do you want to see some of the completely random nutso stuff that I've got on other collections?
Random.
Whatever you grab first is good by me, Darren. Whatever's nearest, mate. Whatever you want.
Either they're all in the same stack of long boxes downstairs.
Random.
So
Random.
Random's likely to be independents rather than anything like that.
Well, or older.
Can you show some Sledgehammer comics?
I don't have any, I don't think. Mark, what do you want to see?
The random indies.
Right, okay. That was a group vote.
Gosh, I wish
that was
I
a group group. When did we have a group group? I missed that.
I would have voted against random indies if I knew the. Hello, Darren's disappeared.
He's gone downstairs to get his long.
And no one said a damn thing about my name. I put some thought into my name. There.
What? Yeah. Who is Barry Bump? Harry Bump.
How's it pronounced? Is it Harry Bomb? Does the umlaut make it a bomb rather than a boom?
Well, yeah. Well, I wanted to make it not so obvious.
It's not obvious. Tell us what it means.
Harry Bum.
Oh, hairy bum. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, I wasn't just going to type in BUM and say, there we go, Harry Bum.
Well, the umlaut has got nothing to do with anything then. And the umlaut doesn't change
it's to throw you off.
And well, we've been in Germany for the last 3 or 4 days, so that would be a very German name.
It'd be Heinrich, wouldn't it? Heinrich
Bomb.
Yeah.
Bomb.
I mean, about 10 minutes before I start pulling stuff together, I think up these names and think, what would be funny today? So that's how I entered. That's how I figured these.
Today.
I don't think I've got a Sledgehammer comic.
All this shit is off the cuff anyway, but I still want you to screenshot and share that poem I wrote. It's so good. It's just so good.
It's proper pussycat love. This is.
I'm actually proud of it. He did that PSA, and I wrote this poem in like 10 minutes, and I thought it was brilliant. And most of my shit I think is dreck as soon as I write it, but I thought that one was brilliant.
Everyone could be their own best,
And then he gave me the greatest compliment. He's like, that's like 60s Riddler shit there. And I'm like, great.
Yeah, exactly. It's like only Batman could have got it.
I got a lot of Mads in this.
Is that the first?
No,
that's a magazine sized.
It was a PSA about not polluting a river, and he went into nuclear blinking Holocaust realms with it, and I'm supposed to understand what he's getting at.
Ooh.
Take your poetry. People have tried to do that before, but
64.
I'm just speaking.
I've had my poetry turned into at least 20 songs. It's been incorporated in at least 20 songs. Or my phrasing. If I turn a phrase, my camera's gone, need to reboot. Darren will be back. Like my favorite turn of phrase that got put into a song was Uncle Sam's Fireworks, and Brian Nash from Frankie Goes to Hollywood put that into a song. So,
okay.
Relax. Just relax, Kyle.
Yeah.
I only wrote the lyrics to my band songs. My band Suffering.
Are these part of what you picked up in your collection?
In the last week, yes.
They look like really early Mads.
Very early, yeah.
Very nice. I do have a collection of Mads.
Only Mad I ever really wanted was like issue 21.
Oh, that's nice.
Not
Is
bad.
it 21? It's 21 or 27.
Tim, was that a song on your new intro? A song made by AI? Then that sounded really good.
I'm pretty sure who did that cover, but who did that cover?
It's Joe Kubert, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, Joe Kubert.
Is it Kubert?
Kubert.
Oh, okay. I knew Shelley Mayer had done one of those things, but I couldn't remember if it was that one or not.
This is the Jerry Robinson issue.
I have a Jerry Robinson autograph on a Joker.
And look at the back cover. Isn't that great?
Figure.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
And that is Frank Robbins. And
Nice.
let's see what. There's a Joe Kubert back cover on the other one.
That's nice as well.
Did you ever read the Joe Kubert DC special? That's quite good. It's got his kids in it, like back when they were little.
I actually have two of those in this collection. This is Sheldon Mayer issue.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of, was the Shelley Mayer issue. That's one you need right there, Mark.
Now, I didn't get it in great condition, but I did get a Sugar and Spike #1. And I also got a Tales of the Unexpected #1.
Well, Mark's got like 60 pages of original Shelley Mayer art now.
Okay.
Oh, does he really? Oh, wait. Mark, did you buy his Bible thing?
Yes.
Oh, you're the one. Okay, so I gave that to a friend. I wish I'd kept it and given it to you. I apologize. I just got one of the. I totally couldn't remember. Oh, my God.
Well, there you go. Put that up closer. I want to read the top of that. What's the price on that thing? Oh, it's $1. Okay, it's a later print. I was looking at the top. I was like, damn, that's a pricey ass book, but that's a later print.
No, this is actually the first print. It says.
Is it the oversized?
It's the whole Earth. No, it's the whole Earth catalog. This is the first one.
Oh, it's the catalog. Okay. Okay, I thought that was something else. I mean, I thought, well, you got first print crumb there, so that's not a bad thing. Anything first print crumb is good money.
Of course, this is weird because it actually wound up going 5 issues.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
That was a very strange thing.
Great book.
These aren't great. I mean, I don't want to.
Great book.
Bother
You're saying these aren't great, and I'm sitting here thinking, great book. Just one right after the other. Boz Chronicles is like Bolton. Great book. You said not great books, and so far you've shown great book.
Paul Smith.
Lockheed. Great book.
Nice. I like that one.
That's just one great book after another. You're on a roll, dude.
It has all that damage.
My pile,
whatever. It's been read. There's nothing wrong with a comic that's been read. Look at this. One good book after another. And another. And
My pile,
another.
please.
And another. Oh, Christ. Plop one. Plop one. Nice.
Plop four.
Plop four. Basil Wolverton.
Those plop covers are horrible.
They're horrible to be horrible. That's one, isn't it?
Well, it's Wolverton.
Yeah. They're horrible to be horrible. That's Savage Sword 1, isn't it?
Are you talking about a four-parter of Red Tornado?
But I got Savage Tales one.
Four-parter.
Okay, that's a good one.
I got Savage Tales.
Going, I think, in the 90s.
Mark, you may want this, and if you do, I'll put it in a pile for you.
Tell me why I want it.
You want it because it's those great.
Is it a Curtis?
It's not. Curtis. It's not Curtis.
I didn't see the CC on it, so
it's not Curtis, and it's not in great shape.
It's not Skywald.
It is Skywald.
It's the Skywald one. Damn, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome book. What is that? 69, 70, 71?
I think I'm good. Oh, it's December of 70.
70, okay. That's fantastic.
It's kind of hard to find, Mark. That's why I thought you might want it. But I'll put it to the side for you, and you can decide.
That's classic 70s horror.
I'll give you a shot at it. I mean, think it over and look it up. It's Nightmare number. Let me look it up so you can look it up.
I thought there were only 2 issues, so if it's unnumbered, that's issue
number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1.
I think I do have Nightmare number 2.
Well, yeah, that's rather spectacular.
That's when you get home and get back to me, and
I'll be an Adams cover,
put it
right?
to the side until you tell me otherwise.
That's an Adams cover, right?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. I mean,
Adams. No.
Let's see if it says. It's not. I'll show you. It's not Adams. That's not Adams.
So Nightmare had 23 issues, 2 annuals, and a winter special.
Is it the same Nightmare?
That's the same Nightmare, yeah.
Yeah.
The Skywald. I'm wondering who did that cover then.
Artists on that first one: Don Heck, Martin Nodell, Sid Shores, Ross Andrew, Bill Everett are listed.
But the cover
is that a Bill Everett cover?
No.
Might not be the cover artist.
Who did?
Who?
Darren.
What? Sorry, what?
I would be shocked.
Just trying to figure out who the cover artist is.
Didn't catch it, Gray.
I said, can you do slingers this week?
Yeah, I think so. What's the theme?
Dogs.
Dogs. Oh my God. I'm sure I can.
Popelina says I'm allowed to do it, but I mustn't like dogs more than cats, she tells me.
I mean, that's definitely pre-Pablo Marquez.
I might prefer cats.
And it's not a Larkin.
I wish I knew, but I have no clue.
Because it looks painted, but it also looks like it was like painted over the drawing. That's what made me think it was Adams.
No, it's definitely not Adams.
I've just shared the password with you, my dear.
I didn't need it.
Okay, well, I'll share it with you.
Well, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
You might want to mute before you share your password, though.
Mrs. Oldroyd, I think you might want to keep Mark. I think he's a keeper. He's so sweet.
If you just want to give out your debit card number and the free PIN number on the back, Mark, just go ahead.
That's bad.
I got some shopping I could do.
Indeed.
And I'm racking my brain because I know that might be one of those odd Joneses.
We get Darren to share a few comics in while Bill's occupied.
I was just looking at the that Nightmare #1 on eBay, see if I could get a expanded picture on there to see if there's a signature on the cover. I can't see one, but interestingly, there are a couple of them on eBay in near mint at about 200 quid each.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there's
something about that cover. I don't think it's a Jones, but it's painted.
Have you not checked out
this one has a little chip.
We told you the cover.
Anyway, I'll just show comics on you guys.
If you want it, Mark, I'll give you a very good deal on it. What is
Malibu Genesis?
Very, very glossy, very shiny.
Malibu Genesis.
That's horrible. I hate
that.
That's either the first or one of the first, like Omnichrome wraparound covers or whatever.
Yeah, that's a big deal now. Ghost.
I don't think she's a real nun, that woman.
No, she's not.
That was issue #1, A Nightmare. And there's something about the cover that's what makes that expensive. And if it's not, go. That's Acclaim Comics. Graham keeps getting me on that one. That's the Acclaim.
I'm sure you've seen that a few times. I'm sure you've seen that before.
Yeah, I've seen that one on Cover Slingers. I did it.
Is that Penny Lane?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Wait, you can put that on dog. He's walking
you
it
mean
like
Abbey Road?
Gravestone.
Abbey Road.
Yeah.
I reckon this box was on What's in the Box with the American dudes. But I think I got halfway through it, and I don't know exactly where I got up to.
Oh, that's a good one.
Grimjack #1.
Tim Truman.
You know what this is?
Tim Truman.
This is the Freddie Mercury collection, by the way.
Well, you can't go wrong there. There's a good book.
Oh, that is a good book.
What number's that one?
2.
Number 2 from Image.
Ooh.
Yeah. Image. I think I got that one.
I don't know.
I started getting the Image ones.
Number 3 from Image.
These all ring a bell with me, these ones.
That was
Image,
one
they
of
had 4 parts, didn't they?
I'm not sure how far I got down the box, Gray.
Their Death and Taxis was one of the ones that they did 4-parter.
Well, I've got that. I think that's one of the rare issues, isn't it? That's one of the valuable ones.
That's a valuable one. If you have that in the pink backdrop, it's worth a small fortune.
I tell you what, though, you know Freddie Mercury. No, it was not Freddie Mercury. It was the roadie, right? So
yeah,
and they were kept in his loft, not backdoor boarded for years. That staple has rusted.
Yeah, that can be mostly pressed out. But that's not a cheap book anyway.
No, I think that's one of the expensive ones.
Change the staples, mate. They never notice.
I've got more copies of it in the mint anyway, but not from this collection.
Just if you ever see the pink copy of that, snatch it up. There's like a couple hundred of them, and they're worth like $1,000.
So I've got a pink snatch. Is that what you're saying, Kyle?
I've got a pink highlighter pen.
It kind of looks like that, but it's the sunburst behind him in pink.
So let me ask my friends from the UK. Do you guys drink scotch at all?
Drink what?
Drink scotch.
Scott, I do, yes.
Have you ever heard of this? And I'll be disappointed if you haven't.
You've not shown this before. Yeah, we talked about this.
This is like deja vu. You've asked us this before last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yes, of course. Famous grouse, yes.
Okay, so
it's famous. The clues in the name, Bill.
Well, this is
the clues in the name. It's famous.
Oh, that's great. I love that cover. So the top 3 Scotch makers in Scotland sell all their excess to this one place, and they blend it all together and they make this. And
you think that one's not so good, Bill. You're better off getting Incognito grouse. Not many people know about it.
Incognito grouse, yeah, or not so famous grouse.
Yeah,
grouse. We're gonna have to create a brand called that. But Phil.
Low
So
key
Phil told me it's like $40 most places. Well, at the liquor store around the corner from my house, I bought a bottle and it was $47. I didn't think that was bad until this week. I went to Wine and More, which is probably the cheapest place in town, and it was $29 for a bottle. This bottle was $29.
UK, that is a blended whiskey. I'd be able to pick a bottle of that up in the supermarket for about 18 quid.
See, but it hasn't been shipped, so like it has to be here. But that's good, right? Because it's
because 18 quid's like what, $24 here in the States anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's not
Grouse. When I was a kid, I used to work in a bar. Of all the whiskies, Grouse is the cheapest, shittest for the old drunk man to just have as many as he possibly wants. It's not a good drink.
I don't know. To me, it's better. Most of the stuff they try to pitch in the States, it's not bad.
It's okay.
I mean, it's passable, right? That's all.
It's a blend. It's a blend.
I don't know. My favorite drink is Stroh's beer, so I have no leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Old Charlton characters.
Why is Gray stroking his beard so much? Oh, it's his cat.
Like my new tortoiseshell beard.
It looks. Cat looks like your beard right now.
Hey, Graham. Here's a quick lesson for you. If you're gonna stroke your pussy, it's better to have a finger twitch.
She likes it, mate. She likes it how I do it. I go with what the pussy likes, mate. I don't just go with one movement fits all.
What's that? Jenny Spanks?
Jenny Spanks, yeah.
Sparks. Jenny Sparks.
Jenny Spanks.
No, it's not. It's Jenny
We
Sparks.
spanked to Jenny Sparks.
When Jenny Sparks walks across the cover of a comic,
She was a member of the Authority. Or allied with them anyway.
I wish there was a way we could all sit down in a bar.
I do too.
If I had $1 million, I'd make it happen.
I would too.
You wouldn't get me there because I won't fly. You'd have to come to England.
Well, we would.
I wouldn't complain.
Yeah,
no,
lightning comics.
He said if you had $1 million, he'd make it happen. I'm sure you would travel for $1 million.
Well, you didn't mean
he's got $1 million to pay me for it. Maybe he's going to give me $1 million. Maybe I'll fly. Rather not.
Ian Churchill.
I couldn't possibly leave my little Popolina. I couldn't leave my little Popolina. Who would she sit on?
Look, there's a tent next to us. A young couple, and they brought
pricey ass book right there, Mark. Darren. That is a pricey ass book.
Why?
It's the video game adaptation.
Is it?
Yeah.
Doesn't make it pricey though. There's lots of video game adaptations, isn't there?
That's trust me. It's when they get the rights to some of these video game franchises, they can't print enough of them.
What one was it? What was the name of it?
Killer Instinct. It's like Mortal Kombat, but better.
I never heard of it.
It's better than Mortal Kombat. Because Mortal Kombat was basically
I want to know
based
if
on
Carl's
Killer
right or not.
Instinct.
Look it up.
I think you should look it up, Darren, and if it's worth less than 50 quid, Kyle has to not speak for 10 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Forfeit. Like a special forfeit. it will learn him to.
And if it's worth some decent money, you have to share my poem on here.
No. I feel like maybe. You sent it to me again. I've now got a cat ass in my chin, so it's like I'm a little bit pressed for doing stuff.
That should be the ideal moment in Kyle's poetry.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm down to like 20 quid and I can't
the
find
worst
one on
taste in my
eBay.
mouth than this does.
I can't find one. Oh, there's one.
Let's have an intermission with Poppy.
£10 for a cup of tea. Hello, Poppy. Yeah, £10 for a cup of tea.
£10.
£10, okay.
So Mark,
it might not be the Dynamite issue. It might be the earlier issue that I'm thinking of. But there's a Killer Instinct comic out there that's a money book.
I went to see a lady in Manchester a couple of days ago for a real collection of just 4,000 items, she said. Got there, Jesus Christ. I mean, I've seen some really jumbled up and mixed up collections, like not a single comic box in sight. So every different shape, size of cardboard box, plastic box, shoe box, cornflakes box, whatever they were rammed in. But only half of it was, well, maybe just over half, maybe sort of 66% was comics. And the other third was 1960s and 70s horror mags.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
Buy them.
I didn't buy it.
Why?
No.
Because it got too pricey. Because I'd already sort of, right, so this is... Let me tell you a reality of life. Men trade and deal differently to women. Women have a different brain when it comes to finance than men do.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to go see a comic collection, I always want to trade with a guy, because there's a point at which the guy says, fuck it, have them. Just take them, have it. They're just like, they agree a price, job done.
Don't do that because they don't know better.
So it's almost like, get rid of them, right? Women have no idea of the value of whatever they have, but whatever you offer, they will ask for more. And even if you then say okay, they will then ask for more again.
Yeah. So, Darren, that last comic you showed, show that again.
So basically, I wanted to pay, the going rate, and she came out.
Hero?
Is
that Hero Comics?
Hero
That's
Comics,
from a role-playing game. I think those characters, the Marksman, he was in a role-playing game. I can't remember what the
isn't that out of Canada? Look at the
Hero, Hero Comics.
Isn't that out of Canada? It's either out of Canada or somewhere on the east coast of the States.
California, Long Beach.
I wouldn't have thought California.
Yeah, that's Canada. They moved it.
Number 7, that one is. Anyway, so I made an offer, and the lady who was there said, I'll have to ring my sisters. She called her sisters. One of them said she wants 10 times the amount. and the other one said that she's on the way, and she doesn't even know what she's trying to sell yet. It was the father's inheritance. The father's collection passed down. Anyway, the final sister showed up with some Polish market trading woman, right? And this woman, just with no knowledge of comics whatsoever, said, no, they're worth so much more. So I just said, look, they're not. This is about the most jumbled up collection I've ever seen.
That's a nice comic.
It's modern comics. It's old comics. It's low grade. It's some better grade. It's magazines. It's English comics. Yeah. It's just a complete random mishmash of nonsense. No, it's worth millions, and so that was it.
Well, just have to say, those don't command the price they should, but those are very good. Should be more expensive than what they are.
Which one are you talking about?
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about this collection that I turned down.
Yeah, I'm just saying that those should be worth more. You are getting so many small press from North America. It's killing me.
Remember, this is the Freddie Mercury collection.
I mean, he got those on tour. Those are literally small press.
I have no idea where he got them from.
Like, yet again, if they're not Canadian, they're like East Coast. That's the good one.
Oh, we lost Mark. Oh, that's sad.
He's probably on his way back. His camera went a bit dark.
Okay.
And then he went, so he might come back. I didn't hear him say he was leaving, and I was in the middle of telling him something, so I don't think he'd have just left.
Magus. That looks like Mike Grell.
I wouldn't even know. No clue on the cover.
What do you think, Kyle?
I don't know. Put it back up there.
There is a clue on the cover. The people's names down the edge.
I can't read it.
That might be Grell.
Gary Reed, Craig Brassfield, Laval NG,
Yeah, but I mean, they hire. That's a caliber. They like pay a couple. Like they pay $1,000 and.
Doesn't that look like Grell to you? It looks like Grell to me.
A little bit. That does kind of look longbow hunters kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cover artist Craig Brustfield.
It's certainly.
Well, then he's doing a longbow hunters knockoff.
Malibu.
Man and Thing.
Stanley one inside. Yeah.
What's the number of that? The name of that rather?
Man of War.
Oh, Man of War. Totally misread it.
What is a Man of War?
Jellyfish.
It's
a jellyfish.
Yep. Portuguese jellyfish.
Ship, yeah.
Yep. Rocket Ranger.
Man of War.
I think they're Man of Wars, aren't they? Aren't they?
Man of Wars, yeah.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Man of Wars.
I got stung by one once as a kid in Hawaii, and I'll never forget it.
Hey, Rob Liefeld's feet.
Oh, there were no feet?
Ninjak.
Which I came up with Ninjak in 1987, but he was a jackrabbit.
Ninjak. Noble Causes, they're quite good. I got some trades of Noble Causes.
By the way, this
anyway.
That's the guy we're gonna have in September, Dan Brereton.
Yeah.
He's excellent, isn't he? I mean, he paints everything. He's just fantastic. Look at some of that artwork. It's phenomenal. He's great.
These
Where'd
are
you
all
go, Marky Mark?
These are all sorted, by the way, so that it's not like these are randomly organized. These are organized, so it's one from a set and no more often.
Never even seen the Omega Saga.
This guy did not buy runs in general. He just bought one of whatever he liked. He said to me many a time, I bought it because I liked the cover. I don't think he even read them.
Is that based on the movie The Omen?
No. Doubt it.
There's a lot of swastikas on there.
Stonebreaker. Sounds like a song by Saxon, doesn't it? Stonebreaker.
So, a strategical weapons and tactical emblem stuck to the wall, would that be a SWAT sticker?
No.
No.
You're stupid.
I've got that pack series.
That's funny. That's stupid. Funny but stupid.
The prize on Earth. The pack of all now, them.
Oh, the pack. Pantyhose? Oh, I can't read worth a damn today.
Pantheon.
It's coming up okay. Is my camera working okay?
Pantheon. 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 Take your panties off. Wait, what?
Panties on.
Panties off.
I haven't seen a single dog cover yet, Gray.
No dogs allowed.
Oh, look, there's some. Is that a dog?
Cat.
Do you know who has? Do you know who has the greatest collection of indie comics from the 80s and 90s?
Kirk Hammett.
Even more so than that.
I don't know. Nicolas Cage.
I'll give you a clue. Eat my shorts.
Bart Simpson.
Matt Groening.
Oh,
who
really?
created The Simpsons.
That's interesting.
When he started making money, he had his pull list of every indie that his comic guy could find. And he's like, I want to invest in every single indie you can get. And he stopped collecting them when they were up to 5,700 of them a month in the late 90s.
Holy crap.
But, I mean, he was buying them by the thousands on a monthly basis.
I didn't think there was that many bloody indie comics a month.
Yeah,
it's what he's showing times 20.
Wow.
You know, if you see a book by one company, then you got to think these kids are pumping these things out, these indie things they're trying to get off the ground. Every major city'd have like 10 of them come out.
They're all trying to be the next TMNT.
Yeah.
All of them. I even did
and
one.
He wanted to support him, so he was buying. He bought like everything. He bought like 100,000 comics before he stopped of independent comic books, just trying to support him. And like I said, you wouldn't think there'd be 100,000 independent American comic books, and at the glut of it, that's exactly how many there were.
Wow.
There's pretty sure that's an Alex Ross cover.
It's so difficult to process independents that are not in runs, like this, because when you got a run and you're working in Excel, you can just copy paste down, so you don't have to retype the title. But when every issue is a different title, it's a nightmare. Everything has to be retyped.
Yeah.
And the publisher as well. If you put publisher on the website, which I do.
Yeah, just it's obscene. And for every one you see, there's 10 you don't. Because I did that around here in Indianapolis for a while. I've got like 50 books in my autograph.
You're right, Silly Tim.
Of just indies that local kids were putting out.
So what Star comic does that sound just like? Planet Terry.
Yeah. Planetary.
Is a planet called Terry?
Planet Terry.
Planet Terry was
I did that cover.
I heard the Planet Terry was overrun by pirates.
Now, you realize any of those Stephen Platt books are worth money, right?
That's good. That's good, Gray.
Stephen Platt, Splat. His Moon Knights are worth like $100 a book.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because he only did like 25 books. I mean, he was one of these guys who got real hot and was like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, this one's got a big hole in the middle.
I've got
That's
that
my
one.
favorite.
Yeah.
In his belly button.
In it.
That one's my favorite.
Bullet hole. Is it protected?
No, there is a ferret one, but I think it's called.
There's a Sergeant Rock issue that's a homage to that.
Protectors?
It's all the way through the book. Yep.
Yeah.
Someone's put a hole punch all the way through the middle. How dare they?
That's not a hole punch, you foolish boy. Hello, fun with comics and toys.
Yeah.
We all have our fetishes.
I need to get that book and take that bullet casing from yesterday and stick it in there.
Location.
Still no dog covers. Oh, I've got to go into the old Superboys.
I've been staying in a lot of old indies that I dug back in the day. They are easy to find at the places that I shop at.
Yeah, I don't want to
better places, brother.
It's got a nice feel to the cover.
It does. It looks very Joker-like.
No, I mean to touch. It's like
the actual
thick and shiny.
Textile.
Nice thick paper, actually. Huh, nice.
So you said it's a tactile experience.
Indeed, yes. Oh, here's Batman.
It's Quantum and Woody.
Oh, you know what? I'm still getting feedback, and Mark's no longer here.
Mark's no longer here.
I'll team up with the Troublemakers.
Troublemakers.
Quantum and Woody. Anyone read that?
I've got some, but can't say I've got any fond memories of it. So I feel like I've given them, and I've kind of cut them in my box. But
if memory serves me right, isn't that Adams that inked on that? Neil's kid.
Is Adams doing it on it?
I don't know.
Just say Adams.
Well, yeah. look at the indicia for the look inside for the name, not the indicia, the name thing.
What do you want to know? Greg Adams, Inca.
Greg Adams. Isn't that Neil's kid?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't believe.
I mean, he's around the time like his one of it. I know his daughter does stuff, but
it's Josh or
Josh.
not.
There we go. Okay.
Is it Josh?
Adams. Okay.
Okay.
But he was like an inker, right?
No.
Josh was the writer. The daughter was the inker.
No. He also paints and draws.
Okay.
In his dad's style.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors they're trying to get. Oh, that's great. I've heard rumors they're trying to get Arlen to help them now.
Why?
I don't know. Because the last time he saw Neil said, "Hey, Arlen, do you see that chair down there?" And he goes, "Yeah, the one like 100 feet away." He goes, "Yeah, you go sit there and I'll stay here." What does that tell you?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Yeah.
I probably have. I repeat my stories. I'm an old man now.
Yeah.
That's Michael Turner, right?
Yeah.
When's your San Diego Comic Con coming up, Bill?
Here's some good news. I have 3 panels this year.
That's excellent.
Have you decided
what
the comics are yet?
That is excellent. So
now who did that?
Huh?
That's not a cheap issue. Who did that?
Barry Windsor Smith.
Yep, that's not a cheap issue right there.
No.
That is on the back of, or on the back of is.
That is not a cheap issue right there.
No, that's a good one. But I go the 4th week of July. It's a week later this year.
That comes out in near mint.
Yeah, that is not a cheap book. I mean, it's not way expensive, but it's not a cheap book.
Jermaine, is that Naked Feminist or whatever it's called?
Jermaine Greer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that one.
Hey, randomly, just open up that issue and see if the inside's autographed.
This is Caliber.
Yeah, any of those old Caliber books, look on the inside for autograph.
I thought you said it isn't. I thought you said Malibu.
Malibu's, old Malibu's, old Calibers. Malibu, Caliber, and because Caliber is where what the fuck's his name? That Brian Michael Bendis. Caliber's where Brian Michael Bendis started. So you'll find a lot of Turner died young. Malibu, you'll find a lot of bigger name Marvel artists who come up later, like the Lim book I showed. Caliber, like my friend Rafi Nieves and Bendis, they'll just randomly be put in. Yet again, not a cheap book. Not real expensive, but that's at least a $20 book.
Oh, we've got a shitload of Savage Dragon here. Do you really want to see like 30 Savage Dragons?
No.
I've got the first 60 or something Savage Dragon. That one where he crosses the turtles might be worth a bit. You never know.
I'll skip those. It's not consecutive. It's just fragmented as usual.
And where does Savage Dragon first appear?
Oh, I can't remember.
Spawn?
I have heard, but I don't remember now.
A decade before the comic came out.
Oh, in Doom Patrol?
Nope.
No. It was some kind of fanzine type thing or preview type thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Right. I forgot about that.
It's a big one.
I think I've seen it mentioned before, but something Sun or something like that. Something Sun kind of.
Too bad the Savage Dragon.
No, Malibu Sun 13 was the first appearance of Spawn.
No way.
But Savage Dragon came out. He was an Eric Larson creation when Larson was still a kid.
Yeah, I know.
He created him in high school. And his pen was a lot smaller. And
that's not the one that was in Rust. There was some character in a book called Rust.
No. I don't know. Yeah. God damn it. Now I'm blanking on the damn issue name. Why am I blanking on this? Oh well, I don't care. But yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Surly Tim. I thought when you said you knew Surly Tim, I thought he was in England. Tim in Ohio, Michigan back in the day. Tim, I'm in Indianapolis. Where are you at? So, because you'd appreciate the fact that we've had Rappy Nieves on here. Rappy wants to come back on too, but it just depends on what you guys want to talk about with him.
Are you a Hoosier, Kyle?
A what?
A Hoosier.
A Thusia.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What's that?
I thought that was the Hoosier state, Indiana.
Oh, a Hoosier, yeah. Yeah, a Hoosier.
Was that
Surly's in the middle of Ohio. Sorry to hear that, man. Hey, how'd you guys weather the storms yesterday? Did they calm down when they kicked out Indiana? Because it spit out a couple little tornadoes here. But it looked like it was dying down before it split through Ohio.
I've got the first 20 odd of those, Shadowhawk.
Shattered image. I'm not going to go up and get the book. Is that, hold on, is that the one with the, what's in that box? Is that a hologram?
No, it's nothing at all. It's that's like a podium that she's standing behind in order to
it's a
press
podium. Okay. I thought that was a hologram.
I've got something to show you after this, Gray.
Cool.
Liz? I'll have to just run into the garage to get it though. Something that was in the Inverness collection.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't think you got the Inverness collection.
Yeah, I bought the Inverness collection, even though it was like not mint.
Did you go to the Bala Muir while you were there?
Did I do a what?
Did you go to the Bala Muir while you were in Inverness?
Don't even know. Are you speaking English?
That's that video I sent you, the Bala Muir by Jim.
All right. No, I did nothing other than walk into the guy's house, do the deal, load the car, and take off again.
See, I couldn't do that. If I was, even if it's something simple like Inverness, I'd spend a day just dicking around.
Yeah, I didn't have time.
I'd want to experience it.
But what I didn't know is,
Surly Tim, where are you?
I don't know if
he's in middle Ohio.
I don't know if there's any connection, but in Russian, a B letter is pronounced V. So, you know, it's just the way it is. And on the signpost all the way to Scotland, there's loads of places called Inbeer, Inbeer, right? But when I came to Inverness, the translation was Inbeerness, N-I-S or N-I-S-S. So it's Inbeerness. And I thought, oh, hold on, there's all these, and there's a space between the Inbeer and the Ness. So because I've seen loads of other places translated with Inbeer on the signposts, I've decided, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, that Inbeer is like Scottish for town. And so therefore it's the town of Ness.
Of Ness, yeah.
And then when I was driving down, it said Loch Ness Tours to 10 minutes away. And I was like, and it all went ding, because I was driving down this hill and there was Loch Ness in front of me, I think. So Loch Ness is like Lake of Ness, and Inbeerness is town of Ness, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until that day.
And that's the thing, you know, just walk on the shore of Loch Ness for a half hour.
Yeah, I would have. I wanted to do it, Kyle, but if I did, I wouldn't have been home till like 1 a.m, and I hadn't done the deal yet. So I just said, you know what? I'm here to do a deal. If I want to go to Loch Ness, I'll come back.
Southern Nights.
When you get
that one kills me. Look at the creative team on that thing.
I probably won't go up there again, Gray. Say again, Gray. Kyle.
Look at the creative team on that book.
Yeah,
that is mind-boggling. Frank Miller, Todd McFarlane, Millersburg, Ohio, at the outskirts of the Flaming Sea.
What I really ought to do is, if I'm going to go to buy in Scotland, then try and get loads of Scottish deals all together and rent a van for a couple of days so I can do it all in one go because
Elliot
the travel is
Ness.
crazy.
Good point, Werewolf.
All right, that's funny.
Elliot Ness.
What does Elliot mean in Scottish?
I don't know.
Elliot. It means extraterrestrial. Who gets that bad joke?
It means policeman.
It means extraterrestrial. Elliot.
Oh, yeah.
See, now that, I'm pretty sure that Stats Raffinev is. That's Millennium Comics, right? I mean, you're pulling out comics that were distributed here in, like, Illinois and Indiana. That's where Millennium Comics come from.
Last one.
Storm Quest. There's an original Caliber. Look in that for an autograph because my Storm Quest are autographed.
No. It would be great if they were, but unfortunately, no. That's end of box.
Every once in a while, a bigger name will come out of there, but mostly it's not bigger names. But it's still cool.
Right, I'm gonna run downstairs and get a shoebox to make Gray laugh.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cracking me up seeing those books because they're like tiny indie companies from like outside of Detroit, Michigan, outside of Chicago, Illinois, outside of Cleveland, Ohio, you know, and then random Canadian books. And then the bigger ones came out of California. But you could tell that dude was on tour because they didn't distribute those outside of these areas. You know, where he got them is where he got them. They kind of creeped their way across over time, but if he was on tour back then, there weren't California indies in Indianapolis. There just weren't.
Well, Werewolf, by lunchtime, Popolina says, hi, Rico.
I've never seen him on a show. Has he ever popped up anywhere?
No, he's just in chat. Hi, Rico. That's Werewolf's cat, Rico.
Rico Suave. Yeah, the indie scene out of Detroit was insane. And again, it wasn't really out of Detroit. It was out of the suburbs. It was out of the southern Michigan area, like Caliber and things like that. And then they put out so many books of real quality. And then a lot of these guys went on to do bigger things.
What's this? Some
Cameron's
shoes?
got one key.
Yeah. Is it a pair of monkey boots?
Did you say monkey pants? Should I go up and get my pee-pee face and Super V comics?
No, I didn't.
Monkey boots.
No. Monkey boots.
Monkey boots goes with monkey pants.
When we were kids.
This is a classic bullshit. What's in the box?
Oh, some 2000 ADs.
I've not even had this box open. So
Dark Vision.
Issue number 2210.
Yeah, quite late.
Bendis was a local for me out of Cleveland, so we hung out. Yeah, Bendis was huge in the indie market for several years before Marvel snatched him up. And then everybody came to hate him because he fucked up Marvel, even though
London.
I liked it.
What's a simp?
Welcome to the clown show.
I think
I can't stop simping.
It was some kind of crime, probably. I think it was impersonating the judge. Was it impersonating the judge?
The simps are taking action.
Yeah. So maybe it's people who are nut jobs. Maybe I can't remember now.
You don't see any 2000 ADs around here. They get snatched up pretty quick.
What, in the States?
Well, in the middle states, they got a lot on the East Coast. They trickle out to the West Coast. They don't tend to stop in the middle.
So this is fairly modern, but check out the art and so on.
Now, I'd blow Tim's mind if I showed him my autographed. Yeah, I'm going to. because I know he hadn't seen it. I really don't want to trudge upstairs again, but I want to blow Tim's mind because he talked about AI in a song of his into punk music. So he appreciates.
That's the man with the double-decker brain. That was, wasn't it, Darren?
Yeah.
Well, he certainly got two sets of eyes. Yeah.
He was a recurring character that used to be in there for a bit when I was a kid, but that wasn't when I was seen the more recent one.
I did not know that. Well, he's called Abelard Snaz from the looks of it.
Yeah. I used to say he had the double-decker brain or something like that, but everything it always make like plots for things that always go wrong. He was kind of like a comedic character. It was quite good. It's quite fun though.
Next strip.
Then if it's not Bendis, fucked up DC Superman, he was on a roll. Yeah. Hey, Tim, I saw you appreciated punk music. I see you appreciate 2000 AD. I'm fixing to blow your mind.
Anderson Side Division. Quite nice art, realistic.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I think the AI music generator made it a punk song. I don't know if he chose it to be a punk song or not. I'm not sure.
Well, what's this one? Oh, that's the same set. That's it. So this is this guy had. I didn't want to buy them, but I ended up buying them. They were cheap. About 400 consecutive issues, I think, around about this number, from about issue 2000 to about 2400.
Right.
But there's a great cover coming.
All right, hold on after this one, though, Darren. I'm going to blow Tim's mind real quick, and then I'll give it back to you. Blow me up real quick, right? I know you guys have seen these before, but sorry, this is killing me to get back upstairs, but got to show this since I showed Peter Gabriel earlier.
Dumbass, don't hurt
Little original Sex Pistols single. There's my Peter Gabriel door sign again. But what I'm here to blow his mind about. Let's see. I kind of want to flip the camera just so you can see it. Nope, that ain't it. Settings. Camera. Back camera.
Oh, that's working, yeah.
Close that for a minute. I don't have it mirrored, so I'm going to have to move around a bit. I should have mirrored it. That's just to Kyle. Best wishes, Mick Jones. And if the name sounds familiar, it's that Mick Jones.
From the Clash.
Wow.
From the Clash.
Hear that again?
So there's the original London Calling release here in the States. There's the original British single.
Wow.
For London Calling. And this is from Mick Jones, the comic nerd of the Clash. Mick Jones, the guitarist, is an uber nerd. And the significance of this that he took out of his collection, 8 December 79.
It's beautiful.
Is the day this album was released in the UK. It wasn't released in the US.
It was released on July 9th.
And there's another cute little thing there.
Released July 9th?
No.
You said 7/9.
8 December 79.
Oh, that's the same.
1979.
I got you.
And that's an original jukebox label, too.
That's beautiful.
But Mick Jones is a comic book nerd who I'm going to get on this show one of these days.
Better, dude, before he dies.
But, yeah, that Mick Jones sent me that, and that was, to me, that's about the coolest damn thing ever.
It is. I have to agree. Kitty, thank you for the Kitty.
My camera. All right, I'm back to normal. And then there's my big ass library of shit that I'm long since working on, but now to make it downstairs.
Now we're back to Darren's library of shit.
Yes, and this is a classic character in an amazing cover. I would love to have been on this if there was a Shark Week on Cover Slingers, this is the one for me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice.
Is that
Hookjaw
Hookjaw? He
in
just looked like
2000 AD.
Hookjaw.
It actually says right up at the bottom.
Did you hear about what a rotter
You never knew Hookjaw was in 2000 AD at one point?
I didn't know either, but this is fairly recent, so there's not a lot of other comics to compete with it.
Kyle, did you hear about that? Richard Dreyfuss this week.
Oh, wow.
Kyle, can you hear me? Kyle, can you hear me? Okay.
Give him a chance to recover from his pains.
Wow.
Just not too smart and safe for me to walk downstairs when I'm shaky, so I'm catching my breath.
No, but Richard Dreyfuss, what a douche, right, bud?
It depends on the day you meet him. He's not so douchey. He's just not big on being famous.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. He just doesn't like being famous.
Well, too bad. You should have.
And he just doesn't understand it. Guys like Paul Newman, George C. Scott, they all had that where it's like, I get it, but come on. You know, don't try and shake my hand while I'm taking a piss. Don't bother me while I'm eating.
I think Paul Newman handled it better than both of those other guys combined.
Well, he had one simple rule. If you want my autograph, you got to see me on my birthday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dog, woof, woof, woof.
Dog.
Beaten to the punch.
Yeah. It's a dog.
It's a dog.
I'm not showing that one. That's rubbish.
Right, by the way, Darren, there's a really good early 2000 AD with a dog, but don't you pick it because I'm already using it.
Ah!
Damn you.
On a technicality, is that a dog?
Can't tell. It's too much glare.
Is it Chewy?
Try and look at.
Is it Chewy?
Can't tell.
Is it Chewy?
Like a werewolf.
That's Peter Mayhew, the guy that played Chewbacca, and that's him holding up his Chewie mask. That's my Peter Mayhew autograph.
2000 AD. In the year 2000 AD, will Darren be able to pee? We don't know.
Red.
Can we?
This one, Gray, is a 100 page Christmas issue. It's like square bound.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't it get quarterly like that?
Who
I
did
got one
that cover?
thinking
Is that
it was
McCarthy?
a summer special with like all self-contained stories, but it
Whose
wasn't.
cover is that? Whose
Oh,
cover
yeah,
is that?
Looked like Boland.
Yeah.
It's Darren's
Looked
cover.
a lot like Boland.
I
Look like
see
McCarthy.
nothing to give it away. There's nothing on the. There's no signature.
McCarthy.
Don't know. No, there's no
Brendan
page to
McCarthy.
list everything that's obviously.
Those freaking bastards.
Oh, what's this page?
Fuck.
If it was going to be.
Hey, if I set my face on fire, don't laugh too hard, but I got the shakes so bad I'm about to light my beard on fire.
Cover art, Cliff Robinson.
Oh, I don't even know who that is. That's awesome. That's really great stuff. Thank you, Cliff Robertson.
A cracking cover here.
Not Cliff Robertson, the actor.
Algernon.
Yep.
Stay brave.
Charlie. That's what he won the Oscar for, which was basically the Fires for Algernon. I don't know what's going on. Hello, I am Charlie.
Where does your 2000 AD stop, Gray?
I'm not sure, mate. My brother gave me a few late ones, but to be honest,
I don't remember them
that was-
being that graduated. Those are gorgeous.
To be honest, what,
it started
Gray?
getting a bit crap.
He
Big
goes
crap.
to 666,
It
definitely.
started getting a bit crap at one point, and the story just weren't doing it for me, like back in
Yeah.
the day. But I want to at least get the first 666
Yeah.
slowly.
Interesting cover.
The root of all evil.
Wow.
Yet another nickname for my dingus.
Deary me.
The root of all evil. I wish I was joking, but it actually got called that before.
All right, mate.
But Liberace, strangely enough.
We don't need to know what your pastor as a kid used to call it.
That's the root of all evil. Let me go play the piano.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. It's Liberace. He said that. I kid, Kyle.
That's the kind of art I used to like in 2000 AD. The painted stuff, the sort of pastel.
Oh, yeah. No, it's amazing, isn't it? Look at that. That almost looks like Bisley. That's good stuff. Hey, man. Hey, I'm doing a podcast right now. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Interdimensional forces.
And I tell you what, Gray, I told you before that Johnny Vegas is in one of these as a judge.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he had one issue, Judge Vegas. He loved it, Johnny Vegas did. And I know what issue it is. And according to the numbers on these shoe boxes, the guy had that issue. But I've only had a quick look at the numbers on the boxes, but they don't correspond to the numbers of the comics inside the box.
Just thinking about it, there's an issue, quite an old issue now. I can't remember what number it is, but it's got like graffiti on the wall, and it's got like a logo, well, not a logo, but the name of an old band that I used to like, an old heavy metal band. Like he was mates with the band, and so he wrote their name on the wall on his cover art that he did. They never got anywhere, never went anywhere, but they're a good band. I like them.
That's it. That's the end of the shoe box.
What
Johnny
band?
Benedorum.
What band?
Band called Holosard.
Never heard of them.
No, you wouldn't have done. They're not well known. They had an album called Hell House, another one called A Circle of Silent Screams, but they're like basically an underground UK band, kind of power metal thrash.
That's interesting.
They're pretty good. They're quite nice condition, these.
They're actually going again now, and they've got a new album out. Actually, I've not actually picked up the new album, to be honest. But a long time ago, well, a good few years ago now, they just reformed, and I went on a 5-hour coach trip up to County Durham to see them on their gig that they did up there. So that's how much I like them.
Right, that's it. I'm out of comics for tonight.
What?
This do you remember this one, Gray?
What, the Magazine Wizard?
Fantastic
the 100
issue.
most collectible comics.
Is that the first?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, see what they are.
Wow.
What year is it? What year was the mag printed?
Yeah, if that's still in the bag with the cards in it, that's worth $100. Outside of it, it's worth like $5. It boggles my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Where does it start?
87.
Ah, here we go. The 100, right.
What year is the magazine?
Does it start at number 1 or does it start at number 100? 100 most collected. What the shit?
I guess it would start at 100. You count down.
You'd have thought it would count down, but I can't see any numbers. I think it's just like 100 in any random order from the looks of it. Yeah.
No, it goes page by page by page.
No,
The
it
top
doesn't.
10 are the obvious ones. There's like near the back, there's a strip of them and it lists all 100. And then it goes page by page.
No, that's not how it does it at all. This is the first part of the list.
Maybe it's a different magazine with a similar article.
Yeah, it goes page by page there. If you want a listing of them, go back about 3/4 of the way, and there's a listing of them in a strip there. If you're just looking for them individually, because it'll go page by page, but it doesn't list them in any, like it lists them in significance or whatever, but they're all over the place.
Yeah,
it starts with Little Nemo and Slumberland.
Because you would expect, well, look, this is the last page. And these are not the 10 most collectible comics in the world.
Yeah.
No.
But they're just the most 100 collectible comics. They're not 1 through 100, but it'll individually list them. But those are the most 100 collectible comics at the time. I've got that issue upstairs. I just haven't looked at it in a little while. But there's there's a listing of them. I don't think there's a significance in the numerical order. It's just these are 100 comics you should have. So
yeah, I see no
the
list.
more that, wait. It goes by the way they list them in that. Now that my brain's working, it goes by release date. The Little Nemo in Slumberland starts in 1905 and it ends in like 1989. So 1 is the earliest, 2 is the next, 3 is the next. So Action is like number 7. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would make some sense, and I think you are correct.
It goes in yearly.
Yeah,
order.
yeah, it is. It's in month of publication, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is exactly the list. That is exactly.
And then there's a side list of them. But it starts in 1905 and goes to like 1988.
What fun comics?
No, the Three Musketeers. Classic comics.
Yeah, first print of that's worth a small fortune. What's significant about that More Fun 73 that's underneath it without anybody looking?
First Flash, first Green Lantern.
No,
first
but close.
It does say a first something on the cover, but
don't pull it too close. It has 2
Dr.
first
Fate?
appearances
Dr.
in
Fate?
it.
Dr. Fate is that?
It has 2 first appearances in it.
Dr. Fate and Johnny Quick. Dr. Fate and Spectre.
Read it.
Man.
Read the text, the text, not the comic.
Yeah, I can't see it.
First appearance and origin of Aquaman.
And also
Green Lantern. Green Arrow. Yeah.
Aquaman and Green Arrow.
In the same issue? I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow that rang a bell when you said it. I thought, yeah, it's Green Lantern, Green Arrow.
Yeah. And Speedy. Green Arrow and Speedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a major book that falls by the wayside because people don't realize it has 2 major first appearances in a random book.
Well,
if you want to know why I know a lot of shit, it's from things like that. I study things like that.
Okay, then. Here's another fun comics.
Yeah, 101. Gray knows that, don't you, Gray?
No.
That's the first appearance of Superboy.
No, I don't know it either.
Is it?
Is it really?
Superboy, okay.
Yeah.
And he got no cover cred. That's crazy.
I think there's a little blurb up top, but Siegel and Schuster went ape shit when that happened.
Oh yeah, because they're bleeding into them.
They had no intention of ever doing that. So DC undercut them. That's when the fight really started between them and DC. Yeah, Darren, pick out any random comic and I'll sit and tell you what the significance is and see if I get it wrong.
Yeah,
because there's some big ones in there that people you'd never know it by looking at them. I mean, shit, All-Star 8's in there, and most people don't know what All-Star 8's for. Graham, you know what All-Star 8 is, don't you?
Yeah, it's All-Star 8. JSA? I don't know.
House of Secrets.
That's an Eclipso. That's the first Eclipso. That's 61,
that's
right?
Eclipso. I wouldn't mind. I want that first Eclipso. I like Eclipso.
So, whose first appearance was in All-Star 8?
I don't know if I still have it.
Darren, I got a Tales of the Unexpected #1 this week.
Awesome.
Do you know what that is?
Was it All-Star 8 then?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's one of the longest running horror.
Oh, I know what Tales of the Unexpected is. Yeah.
DC, but it went for over 200 issues, right, Kyle?
Yeah. All-Star number 8's the first Wonder Woman.
Between Mark and Gray, they buy every one I usually get in stock.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great.
All-Star 8's the first Wonder Woman. But yeah, literally, you can go to the Little Nemo page and start asking me, and I'll tell you exactly what that is. That's the first animal comic, the first anthropomorphic comic, or what's considered that.
What year is that?
January 42.
Yeah, Walt Disney.
Even though technically Mickey Mouse could be considered that.
That's not right.
Mickey Mouse can be considered that, but it's the first specifically anthropomorphic comic.
No,
you know what I mean?
Crazy Cat showed up in one of the earliest comics published.
Well, but I mean that was comic strip stuff, and Mickey Mouse was comic strip stuff. That's the first full anthropomorphic comic book.
Okay, where characters,
everything is anthropomorphic, and it's also got Walt Kelly in it. That's easy. That's easy. Cover up the text so it doesn't give it away. Put your hand over the text so it doesn't give it away.
I'll
Not the
image. Of the shield in there.
Keep the cover on, but cover the text.
Is the Shield or a fighting American?
No, that's the first appearance of somebody who's not even remotely a superhero, and he shares a last name with me.
Archie
Andrews. Yep, that's the
Archie
and Jughead.
Everything, Kyle.
You're a Jughead as well, aren't you?
That's right. If you can stop me on any of these, even though I'm tired, sore, and sick. I've already been sick on the show. I've had to step off screen to go get sick. But if you can stop me with any of these, even feeling like shit, I'll be stunned. Because they really got this right. There's like 3 in there that I wouldn't have put in there. But they really got the top 100 right in there for the most part. Again, put your hand over the cover, or put your hand over the text. Yeah, I have that. I have that card, that 1991 card of that, autographed by Martin O'Dell. But Bill got it, first Green Lantern, even though it does say introducing Green Lantern. And his real name is what?
Alan Scott.
And what is his significance in the DC universe, other than being Green Lantern?
They made him gay.
They made him gay. He is technically the first gay character in comics. Even though that wasn't apparently the...
He wasn't gay when he came up in 1940. He wasn't made gay until much later.
Right. They
But he wanted to. Oh, there's one. Anybody impressed the shit out of me with this one.
Flaming Carrot. Hellboy.
That's 1939, 8-9.
First appearance of the family comic.
I can't focus, but that's 39, right?
939,
yeah, that's 39.
Blue Beetle.
Pretty sure Gray just got it. Oh, you saw it, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I figured Gray would have got that. I wasn't going to say a word. But again, no cover appearance on there, but that is 1939 is his first appearance. Now what's impressive is if you go back to the earlier ones.
What's his name?
First Sandman.
Yep.
And what's his name?
Wesley Dodds, the third.
Yeah. And what was Blue Beetle?
Ted Cord.
Jamie Reyes.
Go back to the earlier ones, because there's one in there that'll blow people's mind from 1936.
Ted Cord's the second Blue Beetle.
Yeah. There's one from 1936 that'll blow people's minds.
There is nothing from
1935.
There is a 35.
Yeah, 1935.
Crimson Avenger.
There's more than one.
It predates the Crimson Avenger.
Well, the Spider is what I'm talking about, probably. And Spider went on to inspire Stan Lee to do Spider.
Or just, well, that was a pulp thing.
Black Terror?
The Crimson Avenger was number 2. That's just
Black
the
Terror?
first issue of New Comics. That's the first regular format comic book. They had the first DC comic book, if you will. But that's Shelley Moldoff's thing. Who was the first official costume superhero in comic books? And Grey was close. Crimson Avenger was second.
And it's not the Shadow.
No, Shadow didn't hit comics till 1938. See, there's the second, third, and fourth.
It's not Sargon or Zatanna or something like that.
Well, they're not costume superheroes. They're not. They don't have a mask, basically. Those are the first 3 official comic books right there.
I thought I heard the Crimson Avenger was the first masked superhero.
No, he missed it by a year. Those 3 books on that are the first regular format comic books.
Spirit, Phantom.
It predates both of them. It's the Clock in 1935. He looked kind of like Our Man.
Right.
That's why they call him like the first costume superhero in comics. Because there were predated superheroes, and Flash Gordon had his space suit.
Yeah.
That is tricky one. What issue number is that?
I can't tell you without moving my finger. Oh, go on in. 1938, October.
Crimson Avenger.
Crimson Avenger.
I don't see. You got me on this one because I don't think I would have put that in there either. Yeah, it's the first. Is it the first? Yeah, first appearance of the Crimson Avenger.
The second comic book costumed hero. It says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, which confirms what I said earlier. Crimson Avenger was technically the second. But again, and it's masked. That's what they're calling it, is masked superhero, like hidden identity superhero kind of thing. But Crimson Avenger, that's his first DC appearance, but he appeared in like other comic stuff leading up to it.
No shit. Okay, here's a cool one.
And you'll learn a lot by these. And there's like 2 things in there that need corrected, but they're minor discrepancies that have been since corrected.
Right, let's see how this goes.
That's easy.
Pluto. Goofy. Donald Duck.
No, I'm gonna give you a hint here. I told you guys about this comic with the Invaders number 20.
Terror?
No, Invaders from Marvel. Invaders number 20.
Yeah, but there was a guy who came in. He was like an earlier, and it was called Black Terror or something like that.
That's not Marvel. That's not Marvel.
This something like that.
Motion Pictures Funny Weekly is Marvel.
Is it Destroyer, something like that?
It's not Aquaman.
There it is.
What name?
Submariner.
Oh.
2 years before Aquaman. That's the first appearance of Submariner. And the first full reprint of that, because in Submariner 1, in Submariner 1, they kind of like what they did with Action Comics. They altered like the last 2 panels, because the last panel on that issue said coming next week, and they altered that out, and there's a blank banner underneath it.
Wow.
And the first time that was fully reprinted was in Invaders number 20, where it even has the filler of incoming next week.
Wow.
That wasn't reprinted for 40 years. That went unreprinted for 40 years.
Mm.
And it's proper
Stone Cold Killer, wasn't he?
This one's too easy, I think. Unless maybe we've already done this one. I don't know. Have we done that one already?
That's a dead giveaway.
Spectre.
Yeah, he's on the cover. That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
And then the one across from it's another dead giveaway because it's first Robin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to trigger Bill. Are you watching, Bill?
Yes. I'm over the corner.
No, he's serving a customer, I think.
Oh, is he? Oh, well.
Yeah, but he said he's watching.
Here I come. Here I come.
The Spirit.
Oh, hell yes. So I have a huge collection of that stuff now.
And a lot of people think it's Phantom, but anybody impressed the living shit out of me. When was the first appearance of the Phantom in comic books?
1936.
Terry and the Pirate.
In what issue? And it was
Terry and the Pirate.
1938.
I do not know.
It was 1938. It was
38.
Ace Comics number 11. Which is in that, by the way.
But in the strips, it was 36. I'm sorry.
In the strips, a lot of comic characters appeared first in strips.
Right.
I mean, hell, the first official comic book. Again, another
Green
easy
Lantern's
one.
on that. But it's not Green Lantern because we've already had him. Flash. Golden Age Flash.
It's at the top.
Oh, the Atom. Golden Age Atom.
Yeah. Al Pratt.
Al Pratt.
Oh,
bye, Surly Tim.
Yeah. Hey, have a good one. Yeah, no problem, Tim. Maybe come on and hang out with us one day. Where was I going with? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Comic Vet.
In the first official comic book, and even on the cover, it has Mutt and Jeff on the first official comic book, and their first appearance was in 1911 or 1910. I've got that. Yeah, there's All-Star 8. That's the first appearance of Wonder Woman.
Vet. I was going to ask Comic Vet to look at my cat, but he's not that kind of vet, I don't think.
Hey, Vet. Yeah, that's the first appearance of Wonder Woman.
He's a veteran, not a veterinarian. I haven't really got a cat, you know. I've just got a hairy mole on my chest.
Yeah.
Easy one for you guys.
Look at that, babe.
Yeah. Well, it's on the cover. Bill, look up. You won't even have to focus on it. The title's called
First appearance of Hank Pym, aka
Ant. Yep.
I own that as a sixth grader.
Yeah. What was the issue that he first appeared in costume?
35.
35.
The same comic.
Yep. 35.
Because what happened was Stan Lee started realizing that he needed to up the game and keep creating heroes. And so it's strange that Gorilla Man didn't become a hero, because that would have been great too. And he was also, there were all sorts of Animal Man characters that were in early issues. So yeah.
What's the other significance of that first appearance of Ant-Man?
I don't know.
Something came out cover dated November of 1961, and that came out cover dated January 1962. What's that tell you?
Groot.
Atom.
Groot.
What came out cover dated November 1961?
Atom.
FF.
Hulk.
Yes, FF number 1.
Oh, duh.
So FF number 1 came out in November of 62. That was cover dated January of
one of the
62.
few comics I'm keeping out of this collection, by the way.
He shut up, Bill.
I know.
But you count the Fantastic Four as one. He's Marvel's second superhero. Or, well, fifth if you on a technicality. Action Comics, which number?
The first is now Groot.
257,
Oh, that's 252, isn't it? That's easy.
252. Well, I'm going to be ending out soon anyway, because Lisa's brushing her teeth, ready to go to bed.
Okay, guys. Have a great night. Thank you for everything. See you guys soon. Bye, Darren.
See you soon, dude. Bye.
Ant-Man prototype.
Hey, dude. Love you guys. Bye,
Good night,
guys.
Lisa. Good to hang out, even though it's
Cheers for tuning
miserably
in,
painful.
everybody. Goodbye.
Cheers.
See you.
Have a great, amazing everything.
Yeah, have a great, amazing day, everyone.